holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Kṛṣṇa are all transcendentally sweet, like sugar candy. Although the tongue of one afflicted by the jaundice of avidyā, ignorance, cannot taste anything sweet, it is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural relish awakens within his tongue, and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root. Hare Krishna. What do you think about the verse? What do you think about this? We are afflicted by jaundice. Okay. What do you think about this verse? You will find the potency of the holy name. Very good. Tell me. What do you think about this verse? You follow the process, it is cured. Very good. Very good. 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 Yes. Very good. Very good. You should carefully chant the name. Very good. Good. If you chant respectfully, very good. Holy name, very sweet. Holy name is very sweet. Yeah, like sugar candy. Yes. What do you think about this verse? We should chant every day. Okay? Yes, Lord. Very good. Something else? Yes. Whether we are joyful or not joyful, chant anyway. Bhakti not Thakura. Advice. Chanting is a medicine. Process is wonderful. Yes. This, if you look at this verse very carefully, it gives us a hope. We are hopeful. Even though it's difficult, but there is hope. Don't you see that here? Huh? There is a hope. If you are doing something which very, very difficult, definitely we know that you are not going to pass the exam. So there is no hope there. But here, so Rupa Goswami is telling us that in Kṛṣṇa consciousness there is hope. Kṛṣṇa consciousness is hopeful. If we sincerely follow the process, it doesn't matter our condition, just follow the process. There is a hope that you will get something. Something wonderful. Don't you feel like that? When you see the verse? Yes. It's full of hope. Kṛṣṇa consciousness is hopeful. If you are doing anything material without success, you are a failure. You won't get nothing. You get nothing. If you go to college, don't complete it, no certificate. It's not there. But with the holy name, you are always successful. Always. So, Kṛṣṇa told in Bhagavad Gita, there is no loss or diminution in this process. There's nothing like that. It's only success you get in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Only success. Yes. The holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Kṛṣṇa are all transcendentally sweet, like sugar candy. In the beginning, we don't experience that. So one will doubt, what is the hope for me that I will be there? Or is it really sweet? Because I have not experienced it. Is it really sweet? So Rupa Goswami said, yes, it is really, really sweet. It is sweet, very, very sweet. Very, very, extremely sweet. Although for a person who is suffering from steroid, then the taste of sugar will come out. That will be Shuddhanam, Bhavanam, or Premnam. At the stage of Shuddha, Bhava and Prema, the name is fully manifested, very, very sweet. That is why Haridas Sakura will not stop chanting. That is why other pure devotees will not stop chanting. They will chant and forget everything else. So, devotees who are struggling with 16 rounds from morning till night, what's the problem? What's the problem? Jaundice. Anyone who is struggling with 16 rounds is suffering from jaundice. And those who struggle with the holy name, just 16 rounds to the whole night to the next day. What is that? How do you call that? We have devotees who struggle with 16 rounds the whole day. And they don't complete it till the next day. Then they have a carryover. It means that the tongue is diseased. The tongue is diseased. Sukadeva Goswami said, for one who is chanting or is kirtan and the body is not changing, the body is not shaking, the body is still, means what? What's the meaning? The heart is like this. And what is making the heart like this? What is making the heart like this? Very hard. Aparada. Offenses. It's all offenses. Only offenses that will make the heart so hard. There is no reason, there is no other reason why the taste for the name is not manifesting. The only reason is aparad. And Chaitanya Charitamrita continue. If one will continue to chant like this for many lifetimes, if we don't give up offenses. So devotees who are thinking, there is no hard and fast rule for chanting the holy name. Is it not? Sisasakam number 2. There is no hard and fast rules for chanting the holy name. But what does it mean? What is the meaning of that? There is no hard and fast rule for chanting the holy name. What is the real meaning? The holy name can be chanted at any time, anywhere. This is an encouraging preaching for new people. This is to encourage new people. People who have no interest to chant the holy name. There is rule for chanting. That's why we have 11 offenses. Right? And in Kali Yuga now we have 12 offenses. I have 12. There is no hard and fast rule for chanting means that in the public, we are giving a public lecture. We can tell people, there's no knowledge. Come and chant. Come on, chant. Chant. Either is Jehovah or Yahweh or Allah or Kṛṣṇa, Ram. Chant. This is a preaching for beginners. But when one becomes serious, you have to know about the principles, how to chant. We have to learn how to overcome, how to avoid offenses while chanting. So there is rules and regulations how to chant. If we want the name to manifest, we have to learn the process. Chanting is our eternal occupation. Eternal. The beginning, the middle, the end. That is chanting. Not that after so many years we attain perfection and then it's finished. No. Now we are practicing our eternal occupation. We are going to do with Kṛṣṇa eternally. So we are practicing now. So you have to practice it nicely. Rupa Goswami said that our disease will gradually be destroyed at the root. So the holy name is different from Payashchita. They're not the same. If one equates the name to all the jagyas, the sacrifices recommended in the scripture, one is committing a great offense. There's no equal. There's no equal. Nothing is equal to the holy name. The holy name is fully independent, completely independent. Superior to Kṛṣṇa himself. That's the position of the name. Do you agree? Do you agree? How many of us here go to the altar? How many people here go to the altar? Yeah, to attend the deities? How many of us here attend to the deities? How many of us here go to the altar every day? How many of us say chant Hare Krishna every day? So which one is better? Which one is better? The holy name is superior, you know? Everybody. It's a shelter for everybody. Yes. That is the holy name. Very powerful, fully independent. Atonement can cut the tree of our sinful life, but the holy name will uproot the tree completely. If a tree is completely uprooted, there's no chance of germinating. If you cut a tree, it will expand. In fact, some trees are like that. Like a soak tree. If you want a soak tree to become strong, when it's going, you cut it. It will expand. If you cut it again, it will expand and become very strong. Otherwise, to grow, when there is breeze, it will be bending. But if you cut it, it will not bend again. It will become very strong. That is prayasthita, atonement. The holy name will uproot the tree completely. So there's no chance of germinate. If you chant the holy name of Krishna, the seed of sin would be completely destroyed, removed. Right from the root, everything is uprooted. This is the name of Krishna. The holy name of Lord Krishna is quality, pastimes, and so forth are all of the nature of absolute truth, beauty, and bliss. Naturally, they are very sweet, like sugar candy, which appeals to everyone. Yes. When you hear the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra, how do you feel? Activities of Lord Ramachandra, how do you feel? Very sweet. This morning we were saying, we're hearing that for 5 minutes, he was fighting with Ravana in 5 minutes, and he knocked off his crown, destroyed his chariot, fell him down, and Ravana was perplexed. They said, my dear friend, stand up. Go to the house. Tomorrow we'll meet. See, it's sweet. Everybody's saying. Sweet. That is activity of the Lord. Very sweet. Very sweet. It's sweet. It's appealing to the heart. Isn't it? Very sweet. When you are dancing in Kirtan, how do you feel? Like this morning. Hare Krishna, everybody was dancing. How do you feel? Very sweet, blissful. No one can dance in the material world without being influenced by alcohol. Here you dance naturally without intoxication. You are dancing naturally. That's the potency of the name. But here the activities of Krishna, Krishna's name, looking at the devotees of Krishna, is blissful. It's blissful. Blissful is sweet. That's the nature of Krishna. All Krishna's expansion is sweet. If your Krishna consciousness is not sweet, please check yourself. So check yourself. Whatever we experience in our Krishna consciousness, the Krishna is showing us where we are in our Krishna consciousness, so we can readjust ourselves. The problem, there's no problem with the name. There's no problem with Krishna's activities, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's fame. There's no problem with them. They are all very, very sweet. All are very sweet. Even activities of Krishna, which look materially bad, is sweet. Stealing in the material world is not a wonderful thing, is it not? Nobody like a thief. Anyone here like a thief? Huh? But Kṛṣṇa is worshipped as a thief. Kṛṣṇa is worshipped as a thief. Lord Machanda was a small boy. He was a small boy. He was just playing the part of a small boy that time. Very small boy. And like children, we are attached to our toys. Is it not? We are very attached to our toys. The Lord do the same thing. The Lord play the same thing. Otherwise, how will it be? It will not be sweet. So Lord Machanda was acting as a small boy, but when you look at his beauty, it's extremely sweet. Very sweet. So, one day, a vulture, he saw Lord Machanda with a tennis ball. And he was very attached to it, like ordinary person. He was very attached to the tennis ball. If you want to disturb a child, how do you do that? Take his toy. He will cry. So the vulture was thinking, is this the Supreme Lord? Let me see how he will feel. And I will take his tennis ball. So the vulture came like the monkeys used to do. The monkeys, they will pretend as if they are not seeing you. So they give you freedom not to see them. They are busy doing something else for now. Before you know it is gone. You have taken whatever I want to take from you. So the vulture, he has the same mentality, was coming behind the Lord. And Lord Machanda was pretending not to see the vulture. But he was holding his tennis ball very tight in his hand. So the vulture came very, 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 very close. And wanted to snatch the ball from Lord Machanda. And Machanda, he held his his tennis ball back to himself. And came after the vulture. The vulture flew up. Ramchanda, the small baby, started following the vulture. The vulture flew everywhere, the whole universe. Lord Machanda was following him. When the vulture looked down, the small boy was there with his tennis ball. When he looked behind, the Lord was behind him. He flew the whole universe. He went everywhere until he was exhausted. He does not know what to do. Out of fear, he closed his eyes. Lord Machanda swallowed him to his stomach. And the vulture was inside his stomach. And inside there, he saw everything complete. He saw everything complete. He became very sorry. I have offended the Supreme Lord. While he was there, in the body of the Supreme Lord, that means he became purified from all contaminations. By the time the Lord brought him back, he attained perfection. So the vulture I will not change this body which I use to attain perfection. I will keep this my body. So from Treta Yuga, the vulture is still living till today in Jagannath Puri. Have you seen him? Huh? You have not seen? You have not gone to Jagannath Puri temple? You have not seen? No? Then you have not gone to Jagannath Puri. You don't see anything, you just go there like that. This morning we say we should not. We should not. This morning or yesterday? Last night. Last night. We should not do what? Don't go to the Saturday wait. You should go. So you have been going to Jagannath Puri and you didn't see Kaka Busundi. There's Busundi there. Have you seen the Busundi? He's living there till today. When you go the next time, you should search. He refused to change his body, and every day he's speaking Ram Kata. Like you have Bhagavatam class, he has every day without fail. In the body as a vulture, he still maintained the body till today. And he's speaking Ram Kata every day. This activity of Ramachandra, the Supreme Pastoral Godhead, perfect, sweet, and complete. Therefore, we should constantly hear the qualities, the wonderful qualities of the name of Kṛṣṇa, all his incarnations and his activities. We should hear constantly. This is the food for the soul. The prasadam we take every day will take care of our body. If you want to feed the soul, it is Kṛṣṇa Kata. This is the food for the soul. For those who are starving, it means there's no Kṛṣṇa Kata. If you want to enjoy, you should hear. You should hear. That is the food for the soul. That what nourishes the food, Kṛṣṇa Kata. It should be heard every day. Naturally, they are very sweet like sugar candy, which appeals to everyone. Nations, however, is compared to the disease called jaundice, which is caused by bilious secretions. Attacked by jaundice, the tongue of a diseased person cannot palatably relish sugar candy. Rather, a person with jaundice considers something sweet to taste very bitter. Krishna consciousness is not bitter. Chanting the holy name is not bitter. Devotional service is not bitter. But because we are suffering from jaundice, these things look difficult. Avidyā, ignorance, similarly perverts the ability to relish the transcendental palatable name, quality, form, and pastimes of Kṛṣṇa. What is the beauty of Kṛṣṇa consciousness, the beauty of the holy name? Despite this disease, if one with great care and attention takes to Kṛṣṇa consciousness, chanting the holy name, and hearing Kṛṣṇa's transcendental pastimes, his ignorance will be destroyed. It's the beauty of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Therefore, the word apichet was used yesterday. And his tongue enabled to taste the sweetness of the transcendental name of Kṛṣṇa and his paraphernalia. So Prabhupada said here, what Prabhupada said here, if one with great care and attention, two qualities I mentioned here, great care and attention. For one who knows the purpose of chanting, why I'm chanting, why I should chant, will be very, very, very careful with our japa. We will give full attention to the chanting and hearing about Kṛṣṇa. If we know. And Prabhupada didn't say what attention, he said great care and attention. We should give attention to the name which we are chanting every day. We should give full attention to the name. Full attention. We can give full attention to the name if we know who is this name and why we should chant. Great care and attention. All of us agree that the name of Kṛṣṇa is pleasing to Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa loves his name. Therefore, if you want to please Kṛṣṇa, what to do? What to do? You should chant nicely. Not just chanting, we should chant nicely. Chant in the way that Kṛṣṇa will be pleased. If you know the secret of everybody, your success is guaranteed. If you know the secret of someone, you will defeat. So now we knew the secret of Kṛṣṇa. The secret of Kṛṣṇa is that he likes to hear his name. So how much we put our attention into making Kṛṣṇa happy, that will be the degree of our own success in chanting and hearing the holy name. So we should not just chant. We should not just chant the name. We should chant with the full attention. Chant with attention. No cell phone. No discussion. No time for planning our day's activities. No meeting. If you go to a kitchen, what are you going to do in the kitchen? If you go to a kitchen, not to sleep. If you go to the altar, what are you going to do there? Not meeting. No meeting? Not meeting. Is the deities, right? No meeting. So when you take bead in your hand, what are you trying to do? You take your bead and sit down. What are you trying to do? Discussion? Meeting? Planning the day's activity? No, but why do we do it? Why do we do it? Papa said here with great care and attention. This is the word Papa used here. With great care and attention. We should give attention to the name. Chanting, we are trying to allow our consciousness to touch the holy name. Let them have a meeting. Let them unite. That is chanting. Want our consciousness and the holy name to come together. Great care and attention. That is jap. Not chanting to complete 16 rounds. That is not jap. A Sadhaka Bhakta chant the holy name, and the Raga Bhakta also chant the holy name. They are the same. The name is the same. But their condition is the same? No. What makes the difference? Understanding. It's understanding. That's what makes the difference is the understanding. The Raga Bhakta is chanting with attachment because he's getting something from it. Therefore, he's very careful. He's giving full attention to it. The Sadhaka is not attentive. He's thinking so many things, playing so many things. In chanting and answering phone call or making phone call. Is that japa? I'm asking, is it japa? This inattentiveness. That's inattentiveness. And some people, they chant and watch television. It It is not for leisure. It is not a leisure activity. It is not. This is active activity. Such a serious matter like that. Such a recovery of spiritual health is possible only by the regular cultivation of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Such a recovery of spiritual health is possible only by the regular cultivation of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Mahatma Prabhu said, when I chant, I chant. Does it make sense to you? When I chant, I chant. What does it mean? No other thing, nothing else. Nothing else. It's time for jab, so I'll chant. This is time for chanting, I'll chant. It's chanting. And not for anything else. This is time for japa. And who created this period for us? Who gave us this? Who gave us this? It's the Prabhupada. So Prabhupada did not know. He didn't know this is a time for making a phone call or answering phone calls. If you want to chant the pure name, we have to plan our chanting. You should plan the chanting. If you don't plan the chanting, you are not going to chant. When a man in the material world takes more interest in the materialistic way of life than in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, he is considered to be in a diseased condition. One of the ways to know we are making advancement in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, one of the ways to know we are making advancement in Kṛṣṇa consciousness is when our spiritual interest is increasing, our material interest is going down. So we know, oh, okay, this improvement, this advancement. Our spiritual interest is increasing. Our material interest is diminishing. That is progress, it's advancement. When our taste for chanting is increasing, our interest for chanting is increasing, our interest to read or hear is increasing, our interest in service is increasing, we make an advancement. When we are still not sure of what we are doing, then it's a sign that we are not making advancement as it should be. The normal condition is to remain an eternal servant of the Lord. Jivara Swarupa Hai Kṛṣṇa Nitya Dasa. This healthy condition is lost when the living entity forgets Kṛṣṇa due to being attracted by the external features of Kṛṣṇa's Maya energy. Our problem is forgetting Kṛṣṇa. Forgetting Kṛṣṇa, we are not feeling the pain of separation from Kṛṣṇa. We feel pain of separating from all the material things, all other things, but we don't feel pain of separation from Kṛṣṇa. So, our acharyas are giving us the process, how to revive our spiritual consciousness. This world of Maya is called Durasraya, which means false or bad shelter. One who puts his faith in Durasraya becomes a candidate for hoping against hope. In the material world, everyone is trying to become happy, and although their material attempts are baffled in every way due to their nations, they cannot understand their mistakes. People try to rectify one mistake by making another mistake. In this way, This is the way of struggling for existence in a material world. In a material world, civilization means we are trying to overcome the obstacles offered by Maya. This is what we consider civilization or advancement. A struggle to overcome the obstacles offered by Maya. So it is simply a struggle to exist, not happiness, not satisfaction. It is not life. It's just a struggle to exist. Life begins when one takes to Kṛṣṇa consciousness. That is when human life begins, when one takes to Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Before Kṛṣṇa consciousness, we are simply struggling to exist or competing with animals who can gratify their senses best. That's what we consider civilization, who can gratify their senses the best. If one in this condition is advised to take to Kṛṣṇa consciousness and be happy, he does not accept such instructions. This Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement is being spread all over the world just to remedy this gross ignorance. People in general are misled by blind leaders. The leaders of human society, the politicians, philosophers, and scientists are blind because they are not Kṛṣṇa conscious. Three people: politicians, philosophers, and scientists. So what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? What is wrong? The scientists have given us a microphone to speak Kṛṣṇa consciousness. What is wrong with that? Look at all the electronics you have in this room here. What is wrong with that? It is not you devotees who made them. The scientists make this. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Use a microphone.
The purpose of using the things are different. Devotee use for the serving Kṛṣṇa and other use for their sense gratifications.
They use for sense gratification and devotee use for Kṛṣṇa consciousness. But what is wrong? Because they have given you something to use for Kṛṣṇa. So they have given you something to use for Kṛṣṇa. So what is wrong with that?
It diverts the attention.
Eh?
It diverts us then more towards useful using, but it diverts more.
Good? Yes, sir. What is wrong with our scientists? They have given us something to be used in Kṛṣṇa. Like Prabhu said, yes, what is wrong with that?
It takes our consciousness away from Kṛṣṇa.
Yes, very good. Yes, sir.
The purpose of inventing all these things, scientists didn't make it for propagating Kṛṣṇa consciousness. They made it for sense gratification of the people. It's we devotees, we engage them in the service of Kṛṣṇa.
It's only devotees who are using it for Kṛṣṇa consciousness. And what is the population of devotees in the world? Eh? Very small, right? Very small. But the majority of people, the scientists say, don't worry, this will make you happy. Don't worry. We are here for you. Don't worry. And why are you worried? Tomorrow, we will do it. Tomorrow, we will do it. A person is hungry today and need the food, and I tell him that, don't worry, I'll give you food tomorrow. Suppose the person died before tomorrow, what will happen? Huh? What is the use of your nonsense talk? In Nigeria, they said medicine after death. So, what is the value of medicine after death? These are our scientists. They're very dangerous because they keep us in ignorance. Right? They keep us in ignorance by their so-called advancement. They keep us in ignorance. Yes. What are the philosophers? What is wrong with the philosophers?
They change the actual meaning by concocting their own ideas.
Philosophers. Yes, very good. What is wrong with our philosophers?
They create only base of his speculations, no?
Speculation? Yes. What is wrong with our philosophers? They are speaking philosophy, they're giving us philosophy. So what is wrong with that? Yes, what is wrong with that? Our philosophers?
They juggle the whole meaning of the scriptures and all to suit their need.
Yes, very good. Yes, Prabhu.
Divert us to different rituals and demigods rather than to Supreme Person Krishna.
𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐵 Goswami told Maharaj Parikshit, don't listen to the Vedas. They will misdirect your intelligence to meaningless things like going to heaven. Meaningless things like going to heaven. What is that? What is there in heaven? What is there?
Sense gratification.
Yeah, birth, death, old age is also there. Right? So the philosophers, they are wasting their time and they also waste our own time by not telling us the truth. So they are dangerous. Politicians, what is wrong with our politicians? They are leading us, giving us good roads, good telecommunications to communicate. It's our government that are doing that. Nice hospitals, nice schools. Yes. What is wrong with them?
Many places they don't give internal and external protection. They don't give protection for the people, real protection. Not external, not internal, nothing.
In some countries, if you tell someone that you are suffering, they say, my friend, what do you mean by suffering? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm suffering? I have all the material facilities. Everything is perfect here. So what do you mean by suffering? Come on, get out what your philosophy. Right? Yes. What is wrong? Yes, bro.
They give us secularism and that becomes atheism.
Yes. Yes. All their nonsense thing. Either it is capitalism or communism. They are all the same. Useless.
You were saying yesterday regarding the Sudras, so they are like Sudras, only dealing with the body.
They're all Shudras. All Shudras. What do we get from Shudra? They will always give you their frustrations. It's their frustrations they give to everybody. If you meet a Shudra, what's he going to tell you? Oh, my body is this, my body is this, my body is this, my body, my body, my body, my body. So, a politician, what will they give you to do? Oh, I'll give you, if you vote me into power, I'll give you a nice road, I'll give you a nice free education, I will give you a nice hospital. All is what? The body. All the body. Why? They don't know who you are. So how can they help you? Which politicians know who we are? Including themselves. All fools. So all the promises is all useless about the body. So they are dangerous because they will keep us in our sinful condition, our bodily mentality. Therefore, they are dangerous. According to Bhagavad Gita, because they are bereft of all factual knowledge due to their atheistic way of life, they are actually sinful rascals. They are all sinful rascals and are the lowest among men. It's Prabhupada. Does not spare any nonsense. You do not spare them. Even his best friend, and his God bless his best friend, he confessed, Prabhupada don't even spare me. Although we are friends, he don't not spare me also. He fire me. But they say that's one. Prabhupada does not spare anyone. He has his duty, and he has his duty to perform, and he also has his paraphernalia to do his duty. All the incarnations of Krishna, they are empowered sufficiently for all their duties, and they came well equipped to do their duty, and they did their duty perfectly.
Understand the absolute, but they are using it for material prosperity.
Therefore, it is stolen. Good. Yes.
They lose the purpose of the knowledge. Means they have the knowledge, but the purpose of this knowledge is to satisfy Krishna. So they lose the purpose for which the knowledge has to be used.
They don't understand the purpose of knowledge. Okay, very good. Yes. Yes.
The Gita says about the knowledge that knowledge about Krishna. So knowledge is only that which is about Krishna. So if they are not knowing Krishna, so they are without knowledge.
Good. Yes.
Their knowledge is limited to bodily needs only, not about spirit and.
Okay. Knowledge is stolen by Maya. But our scientists are doing wonderful things. Yes.
In chapter 13, they say, Amanitwana ambitvam ahimsacha achatir arjavam acharyopasanam sucham mysterianadma vinigraha. All these things is knowledge. All that is not in this
It's ignorance.
is ignorance. And
Very
all
good.
of this is.
Very good. Yes.
They use all these kind of material like things for the foolish purpose, not for the advancement of Krishna consciousness.
They are not using for advancement of Krishna, they are using for sanctification. Yes.
They just deal with the apara knowledge, not with the para knowledge.
Good. Good philosophy. Yes. Yes. Their knowledge is stolen, and they are still doing so many wonderful things. Yes, Babu.
If anybody knows Krishna, he knows everything. And even if you don't know Krishna, you don't know anything. You don't have any knowledge.
Very good. What's the definition of knowledge? When you say this person is knowledgeable, this person has knowledge, what does it mean?
Pandita,
Knowledge. When you say this person, oh, this person is so knowledgeable, what does it mean? Knowledge. What the definition of knowledge?
One who knows matter, spirit, and controller of both.
One who knows the difference between matter, the spirit, and the supreme. That is knowledge. So the scientist knows this. Although they have the so-called intelligence to make all these things, do they know who gave them the ingredient in manufacturing these things? Do they know? The scientist knows that all the materials they use in making, everything they are making is given by Krishna. Do they know this? No? Yes? Wanted to say something? Therefore, their knowledge is stolen. That they miss the understanding. They miss it. It's missing. That they are thinking that who did this? So they give him credit. They take the credit. They don't give credit to Krishna, the supreme creator of everything. Even the knowledge which they use in manufacturing is given by Krishna. But none of them knows this. So they are fools and rascals, according to Prabhupada. They are fools and rascals. Such people never surrender to Krishna, and they oppose the endeavor of those who wish to take Krishna's shelter. When such atheists become leaders of society, the entire atmosphere is surcharged with nations. In such a condition, people do not become very enthusiastic to receive this Krishna consciousness movement. Just as a diseased person suffering from jaundice does not relish the taste of sugar candy. Somewhere else, Prabhupada mentioned that These philosophers are making the duty of devotees very difficult. Why? They are cheating people in the name of religion. So these days we have more religious wars than so-called political wars. These days there are so many crimes under the name of religion. So it is natural for anyone to think, what is the need for this religion? What is the need? Should I take to this religion? See this so-called Swami, see this Swami, see so many difficulties that are causing people. I think so many of them are in the jail now. Is it not? We have so many Swamis in the jail. So when one look at all this, how would that make anyone interested in Krishna consciousness? So Prabhupada said they are making our duty very difficult, because now it will take more energy to convince people to take to Krishna consciousness because of their sinful activities in the name of their so-called philosophies and things. Therefore, they are rascals. They are making our duty very difficult, making our service very difficult. They are rascals and fools because they don't know this. Similarly, in the present confused state of humanity, Krishna consciousness, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, is the only remedy for setting the world aright. Although Krishna consciousness may not be very palatable for a diseased person, Srila Rupa Goswami nonetheless advises that if one wants to be cured of the material disease, he must take to it with great care and attention. One begins this treatment by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, because by chanting this holy name of the Lord, a person in the material condition will be relieved from all misconceptions. Cheto Darpana Marajanam. Avidyā, a misconception about one's spiritual identity, provides the foundation for ahankara, or false ego, within the heart. So the problem in the material world today cannot be solved by our politicians, our philosophers, our scientists. It can be solved only by the devotees, the Hare Krishna movement. Therefore, the responsibility of elevating the consciousness of the living entities today is in our hands. Hare Krishna. Comments or question? Yes, Prabhu.
Maharaj, these philosophers, which job profile they fit in the modern context? Philosophers,
Yes.
which job profile they fit in the modern context? What are they? Book writers or
Philosophers,
job profile?
justify.
Whom do we call philosopher here? Means nowadays.
Job
what-
profile. Oh, philosophers.
Yes.
I just mentioned all these so-called religious people.
Religious leaders.
Yes. They have so many bogus philosophies, including Gyanis, Mayavadis, impersonalists. They are all within this philosopher. All. They are all confused people. All of them. They have so many philosophies they are speaking. Right? The Gyanis, speculators. There is no conclusion to the Vedas. There's no conclusion. We are not referring to our scriptures. When we say Vedas, we're not referring to the Bhagavatam, the Purana, all this. Yesterday we went to Now we want to visit which Vyasadeva gave the Vedas to his disciples. Those Vedas, there's no conclusion, there's no end. You can speak your philosophy to that direction, you will die with completing. Everybody speaks like that, there's no end. So where are they going? So Narada Muni told Vyasadeva, my friend, you did so much, such a great work like this, but the great work you did is a great, fantastic system you have given to people. No direction. It's philosophy. There's direction. Where's the direction here? That is why you work so hard and you are still miserable. One cannot work so hard like this for Krishna and not be happy. So, do something. And then Vyasadeva, he took back all the Vedas, churned all of it, and brought out the Mahapurana. Yes. So, Bhagavatam is what? The essence of all Vyasadev's work. The other Vedas, they are chaffs. Understand? Chaffs? Chaffs. Yes. So this is what we should go for. We should go for this. Everything is here. Right?
Maharaj, in previous ages also there were many philosophers like
Yes.
Shaddarshan or Charvak, like that.
Yes.
So, but nowadays there are a lot more maybe.
In Kali Yuga, everything deteriorates in quality. Everything deteriorates in quality in Kali Yuga. So at that time, they have no direction. What about this time? They are more confused, even more dangerous. That is why they can commit all kinds of crimes in the name of religion. They are not afraid. They're not afraid of the suffering. If they are making advancement, they're supposed to be very, very careful. Cheating people in the name of religion is very, very dangerous. Sukadeva Goswami described a particular hell for religious cheaters. It's particularly the men. And a sugarcane machine. Sugarcane machine is there in this section for religious cheaters. Sugarcane machine is there. We all know sugarcane machine. When you put the sugarcane, it will crush it. Because the soul is on the subtle body, will not die. So you will undergo that process for a very long time, suffering. But they are speaking the Vedas, but do they know this? They don't see this. But it's there, in the Bhagavatam is here, 5th canto, chapter 26. He's talking about this. Parishta was very disturbed. Then he brought in chapter 6. In chapter 6, begins from, canto 6, begins from Jamila, telling story about the hair. The remedy to counteract the canto 5. See, all the devotees were fortunate. We are very, very fortunate to have what we have. Please, let us take this thing very seriously. Let's take our Krishna consciousness very seriously.
One last question. These kind of people, these philosophers, and some more movements are coming like 𝐤𝐲, and so they are very proud also, and they don't hear only at all. What is the way to inject some kind of Krishna consciousness teachings to them? They're very proud, they don't hear at all.
Srila Prabhupada mentioned in Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, text 9 purport, 9.4 purport, Prabhupada mentioned, if they are fortunate to meet a pure devotee, that would be their fortune. Only when they have association of a pure devotee is there a chance for them to transcend. Pure devotee association is a remedy. for them. If they're fortunate. A few days ago, Brother, when I was very happy, and I saw one of the Mahaviri greeted us Hare Krishna. I was very happy. Yeah,